Hey everyone, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel, and today I am super duper excited on this lovely Friday because I'll be checking out with y'all Ateez's latest release with Halazia. Now, I've been so hyped up for this release, and you guys mentioned about this whole release after I wrapped up with the World Episode 1 Movement review, of course. Now, that full-on album blew me away from the very start of Propaganda all the way to New World, of course, with the orchestral work being done in New World. And it wasn't so long ago since I covered that album, okay? So if you haven't seen my first listen and album review yet to that first full album, be sure to do so because I had a hell of a time. Now, staying on track here for Halazia, I don't want to dive into it right away, so what I've decided is to queue up the music video after their prologue of spin-off from The Witness, because last time around, from last era, I did check out the teasers with you guys in a separate video, and I really don't want to miss out of what's going on in the storyline. And besides, this prologue, I'm sure it's gonna give me a bigger picture or a scheme of things in regards to Halazia and what's going on in that song and music video, because if there's anything I've learned throughout time, Ateez always comes through with something meaningful, symbolic, and something special, I should say. But aside from that, let's just dive into the prologue and then the music video now. Alright everyone, so I brought it up here, Ateez's spin-off from The Witness prologue, and then after I'll be checking out the music video for Halazia, of course. Let's go. The KQ intro never gets old, am I right? Oh. Of course, we're in this apocalyptic timeline. Oh. Yeah, people lost emotion. Oh my goodness. We see these chains. A lot of brass, timpani, epic drum usage in this. Desolated of Hope. Really rapid fire cannon drum kit work here. That is Bluebird. Oh, the string work here. Whoa. Wait. Hold up, okay? Before we dive into the music video right away, I'm seeing some sort of connections here, but not really connecting them immediately right away because it's a lot to handle, right? I said it time and time again where Ateez can just put out a full-on movie. Like, this just seems like a full-blown trailer for a movie that's about to be dropped by Ateez. But oh my goodness, I love how engaging this was alone, and just how this storyline links up to the music. I'm sure it's gonna link up to this release of Halazia. Now, what I think when I'm like in the moment of this, and like I said to you guys and fellow 18s, a while back I covered their first full album, and that had Sector 1. And I'm thinking about Into the Sector 1. During this moment, for some reason, I'm like, wow, in a way, it kind of connects, no? It kind of connects along the lines, just remembering the lyrics in that song. And to be fair, I've been streaming that album ever since I did that album review. So I really want to dive into the music video right away, and then I'll give you guys more of my thoughts that I am trying to process and build off upon. Now, obviously, spin-off from The Witness has a blue feather, right? And I've noticed it here for this release with Halazia for the album cover. But let's just dive into Halazia now and see how everything plays out visually. Make sure English captions are available. All right, we should be good. Strike of that piano key, though. Oh, whoa. I got a bit of chills there, not gonna lie. Oh my goodness, San is looking mighty fine. Ooh, I love this rudimental drum kit work. Ooh, bit of like organ work, I feel like. There's the shackles, the chains. These epic drums. Jongho. Ooh. There's this very Conjuring kind of feel to it, no? Oh, here we go. Okay, Hunjun. Here in this place, the movement will last forever. Okay, I love how he proposes those kind of questions there. But the sheer epicness, this kind of bombastic, dark, delivery is everything in this. Oh, and don't get me started about the choreography for it. Definitely sensing these EDM elements. what a peak moment here. Hey! And the ring of the bell there. Okay, what a refrain in the song. Hold up. We're seeing reflections in the pool of water from the rain. Who are... I'm gonna be real with you guys. I might have to go through another watch and listen, like always, especially for Ateez. But due to the lyrics, especially because I was just jamming out, but I was honestly put on an emotional roller coaster, as you can tell, throughout the entirety of this song. Where do I even begin with Halazia? I think Halazia really is the right way to, if I think about it, to wrap up this year and sort of have this epilogue kind of moments of thinking of what they released prior to this, right? And talking about that bluebird and amidst this apocalyptic world, right, that's going on, this reality of experiencing loss, experiencing grief, and pain and sadness was perfectly captured throughout what was going on in this music video, but also, I would say, lyrics-wise in this song. Now, I really want to get back to the lyrics soon here, but let me talk about what I love about in terms of the arrangement, the influences in this. Okay, it's starting with the influences. I love how they went from, wow, screamo, and then unexpectedly with this EDM influence that is so bombastic. Sure, it's not like constantly relentless, because it has its breakdown of a moment here and there, but that's due to really capturing our attentions and keeping us engaged and capturing another side to us, another kind of feeling that's trying to really evoke from us is, and take from us, is that sorrow, that sadness, right? See, as much as I loved jamming along to this song and how fun it was in terms of the tempo and pacing, this was quite sad in its own way. Like I said, that reality of sadness, loss, pain, and grief connected as a whole. Now, what I love beyond that EDM and influence is obviously the orchestral work, but additionally, everyone, this kind of side that's now we're getting yet again is that early 80s days. I would say 2019, go as far as back as 2018, that dark, bombastic kind of feel and delivery by them within the arrangement and vocal delivery of Halazia here, most definitely. And this song, it's in contention for some of my top favorite songs by Ateez title track wise, quite admittedly, I've got to say, and it just goes to show you the kind of quality and considerations and details that Ateez puts in their music alongside Lee's, Olander, new people in the works now, Pepperoni, Maddox, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of them in the works, okay? And just that consistency and being able to build off of that consistency and show so much range into Halazia now is everything, especially with this ongoing storyline that they laid out on us. And it makes me think, you know, from this series of The World back on the era of Fever that I digged a lot, the Treasure days. It's crazy how everything is set up for them, and also how Ateez just constantly is able to throw on a performance that is very memorable to my ears and eyes, and I'm pretty sure you guys as well, and fellow A-teenies. But let's just dive back into Halazia now. I'm gonna break down the lyrics, okay, bit by bit, if needed, but also visual moments that I feel like are very symbolic, okay? I can't stress this enough. Symbolism and lyricism go hand in hand in Ateez's music, and like overall, I would say artistry, right? Man. Now, I love the single key striking of the piano of some sort. Then there's this very hints of there's this like choir kind of what layer to the song. Yeah, layer. I was thinking, what to describe it, but there's this sort of choir kind of layer, which I did mention earlier, that provides that conjuring kind of feel. But I feel like also is like it sets the tone of what's going to happen later on in the song, which is that sense of escape and wanting to the feeling of release and escape, which clearly shown we saw was shackles and these chains, right? And we're going to continue this. Sorry for pausing too much. Boom. Oh, I love that boomy bass, yet there's this kick drum snare work that's very rudimental that I was mentioning in the song. They did mention about like losing emotion, the feeling of losing, and I feel like that connects with the current state of today's world of taking things for granted. I would go as far as say as consumerism, where we're seeing corporate greed, we're looking at war, hell, we're even dealing with climate change, and people think it's fake, and I feel like this is so true. We don't experience and feel the sense of losing until we go through it, right? And I just love how they tackle this kind of topic through this kind of narration, and they've tackled different sides and different messages with each and every release. And I feel like some of us gotta keep that in mind when it comes to Ateez's releases, okay? They not only make good, more than good music that is memorable, catchy, and has a lot of longevity to it, they have these very meaningful songs and releases and pieces of work or art, honestly, that's really should be heard out and understood properly. Like I said, oh my goodness, San, ooh, he's mighty fine. I really love Wooyoung's parts in this song too, quite admittedly, which is mostly the if I recall correctly, the pre-chorus parts. And then there's this cool organ work that we've heard before in the past by Ateez, such as Immortal Songs 2, if you guys remember me covering that and all. There's the shackles, there's the chains. There's the epic drums. The claps. Jongho. Now, what's cool is, you know, how it sets up for Halazia. I love how it really toys us in this moment here. The ringing of the bell, you know, like the church bell. Hey. I can't feel what it's like to be alive, that feeling of numbness, right? And especially when you're going through loss, grief, despair. It's like you went through it all and you felt all that pain and you just feel so numb. And I can't imagine, I can't feel what it's like to be alive in this moment, in this apocalyptic world. It is a cold world. And I feel like that light with the blue bird thing, it just connects so directly in and throughout it all of the blue bird wanting to see light in this world. The sunshine. And not this dark apocalyptic world and such. And I just love it. I love how these lyrics are connecting. Let me feel all those senses, even love. I think there's a lot of self-reflection that Mingi puts out upon and really speaks out upon, and sometimes we gotta question ourselves in this moment today and what pathway we're going towards and how we're contributing and our sort of impact upon society. Where do I stand among the next and future generations? Am I contributing the matter of fact of destroying this world and destroying future generations and so on and so forth? Some people may be ignorant and say, hey, I don't care about the future generations, I'm just gonna keep emitting emissions and all that stuff. Like, sure, but I feel like that's such a horrible mindset to have and to do in action, and all like, this is where we live, this is our planet, we share this, okay? And in a way, I feel like that's really greedy to have that kind of mindset. So proposing this kind of question and this sort of rapid fire cannon delivery of who are you reflected in the mirror. I really love this during this verse 2. Love his hair, by the way. Oh my goodness. Just, okay, like I said, it put me on an emotional roller coaster, but I love how there is this theatrical performance, yet again, always done by Ateez, music-wise, but choreography-wise as well. Yeah. See what I'm saying? This is the line that I was talking about. The little blue bird that lost its voice. Continue. I can hear the whispers. The beginnings of a deep echo. Wanting to overturn the world. Wanting to make things better again. Wanting to see the light in this world that is so cruel, cold, and dark. With all this going on, right? Yes, this This is what I am exactly talking about, everyone. Halazia, Halazia. I love the digital elements, the digital electronic elements going on in the back constantly, being looped. But the chord progression in this song is absolutely stunning and beautiful. If one wish could be realized, would you grant me the light? Oh my goodness, this moment tore me apart, okay? Honestly, I almost cried in the first watch and listen of this. See what I'm talking about? Like, the world in a way, it got us shackled, got us chained up. And this is another pivotal, symbolic moment within this music video, everyone. Oh my goodness. We have that certain kind of wield of power and influence. Like, it may seem so small and all compared to big corporations and governments and all, but hey, we're a party that can make things better little by little together, right? If you think about it. The typography for Halazia too, like all the details. I love it. I love it. Now this is what I'm trying to capture my mind around at the end of this song. I'm trying to wrap my mind around this moment here. Man, it was so cool how they utilized some sets too, and like the prop work and all. Jeez, yet again, time and time after again, it just seems like Ateez come through with a masterpiece after a masterpiece, time and time again. It really goes to show you the passion, the dedication that they have within their musical artworks and pieces and all. I said it, lyricism, how symbolic this music video was, the connection, the storyline. What's there not to love, okay? I don't know. If you're not following Ateez at this point, I don't know. Like, you gotta. I don't know. If you're on that fence, you just gotta do it. You just gotta join the fandom and all. But everyone, I feel like this is definitely in contention as one of my favorite releases by Ateez. For sure. It's I wouldn't say it's like beyond answer, but it's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10. I love the hooks. I love the progression in this song, and I especially love the lyrics. As some may know, I love meaningful music and these releases that can be really connected towards society and connecting, and I would say tackling different perspective and points and messages that we don't really think of on a constant daily, day-to-day basis. So yeah, I gotta give it to everyone behind the scenes. I really want to also just quickly go through, of course, everyone behind the scenes here. Yep, Eden, Olander, Maddox, Pepperoni, Olive, Buddy, of course, Lee's, of course, Hongjun, and Mingi in the works, and Neko. Okay, so shout out to them. I think my favorite part would have to be verse 2. Verse 2, and I would say the follow-up after that, the chorus for sure. I told you guys time and time again throughout my reviews, I need really strong or even bombastic choruses, and Ateez just continues to deliver with those choruses. And I gotta say, they probably have gained that one throne of a spot where they have the best pre-choruses, if not one of the best, the best, you know what I'm trying to say? So that the bridge with the refrain was really dope, to how they wrapped it up in this sort of rapid fire cannon of a moment into an outro. So all in all, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I think this really speaks out in terms of society these days, the reality of things if we continue this pathway of what's going on with the current events. And that's the really true of end all. Once it happens, we can't reverse things right away. You're gonna experience all this sadness, this grief, this loss and pain that you may have not experienced quite heavily, but if you had before, you know what you're going to be going in towards much more, with like bigger consequences per se. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This was another worthwhile my time as always of coverage of Ateez's music. Be sure to like, share, maybe subscribe. I think it's gonna be a while before I cover the remixes of Ateez for this era. Let me bring up the remixes. What do we have here in this new era for spin-off from The Witness? Okay, we got Win, I'm the One, Take Me Home, and then the outro blooper. I can't wait to check out the Take Me Home remix. I'm be real with y'all. So sometime in January, early January, not that many promises with that set deadline, because I think I'm gonna have to adjust my top 22 songs of 2022 after Halazia here now. So stay tuned for those top 22 B-sides and title track releases for K-pop videos that will be coming out soon. Still in the preparation phase, and I still have a Q&A for the channel to do. So yeah, stay tuned. This has been Garrison. Be sure to like, share, maybe subscribe, as it helps out the channel so much, and just warms my heart connecting with fellow A-teenies in the comment section down below. As always, have a great day, have a good night, have a good afternoon, wherever you are, and peace.